for being with us. Iranian state media has now confirmed that the nation's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, was killed on Saturday morning at the start of the war launched by the US and Israel. The confirmation came hours after Donald Trump announced the death on his Truth Social. The US president said Khamenei was one of the most evil people in history and urged Iranians to take back their country.
They said it couldn't be done. They said Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, was untouchable, beyond reach and beyond consequence. But yesterday, missiles struck Tehran with lethal precision, and the man who shaped Iran's destiny for decades is now dead. This isn't speculation. This is fact. A coordinated military strike by the United States and Israel hit leadership targets in Tehran. Iranian state media itself confirmed that Khamenei was killed in those strikes. Ask yourself this. Why would two of the world's most powerful militaries risk direct confrontation with Tehran unless their goal was decisive? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Khamenei was more than a political figure. He was the ultimate authority in Iran's political and military orders. For nearly 40 years, he wielded almost absolute control over the Islamic Republic. The army, the Revolutionary Guard, nuclear policy, foreign affairs, all flowed through his command. Now, that command has shattered. Let's talk about how this happened. The strikes that killed him were not random. They were executed with intelligence precision, hitting key leadership compounds, communication hubs, and command infrastructure in the heart of Tehran. This was not collateral damage. This was a calculated decapitation. You've got to ask, was this a warning or an outright escalation? Tell us your take, warning or escalation. Now, the regional consequences are immediate and severe. Iran responded with a wave of missile and drone activity across the Middle East. Countries hosting U.S. bases, including Iraq and Syria, have reported activity in their airspace. Whether intentional or not, this signals that Iran's military apparatus is still capable of retaliation, even in the absence of the man who led it. Inside Iran, the political vacuum is terrifying for stability. Khamenei's rule wasn't just about ideology, it was about consolidated power. With him gone, factions within the elite, from hardliners to pragmatists, are now jockeying for influence. How will this affect Tehran's foreign policy? Will Iran become more unpredictable, more aggressive, or will infighting weaken its strategic posture? Let me know your prediction in the comments. Global powers are watching closely. The United States has already justified the strike as necessary to protect its interests and allies in the region. Israel has stated that eliminating Khamenei was part of degrading Iran's capacity to threaten its security. But commentators around the world are asking, did this move reduce the risk of conflict or increase it? I want your honest answer. Reduce risk or ratchet up? Economically, the shockwaves are already being felt. Oil markets reacted instantly. Shipping insurance in the Persian Gulf spiked. Energy traders hate uncertainty, and right now the entire region is steeped in it. If a cowed leadership once kept tensions contained, a fragmented Iran with no clear successor could have the opposite effect, volatility without restraint. Meanwhile, Tehran's allies, from Hezbollah in Lebanon to militia groups in Iraq and Yemen, are evaluating their position. Iran's foreign network may now act on its own, less coordinated, more impulsive. That means proxy theaters of conflict could flare independently, drawing in neighboring states and making the security picture far more complex than a single decapitation strike. Let's break one thing down clearly. This is not just about one leader's death. It's about the collapse of a centralized command structure and the uncertain forces that fill that void. New leadership will arise, but what direction will it take? Will they pursue vengeance, diplomacy, fragmentation? This is a turning point. And don't forget the nuclear dimension. Iran's nuclear program was one of the core issues driving international tension. With Khamenei gone, hardliners might double down, seeing nuclear capability as leverage or deterrent in a more dangerous environment. Or they could step back, fearing escalation they can't control. What do you think comes next? Escalation or restraint? The world is now watching a chessboard mid-move, pieces shifting unpredictably. Neighboring states are repositioning their alliances. The Gulf states, already cautious partners of global powers, now face an even more unstable Iran next door. Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen may see changes in Iranian policy or influence attempts. And here's the bigger truth. When a country's highest authority is struck down unexpectedly by external powers, it shakes not just that nation, it shakes every alliance, every deterrent calculation, every strategic assumption in the region. This is why we track these developments in Redline Middle East. This moment isn't just another headline, it is a profound shift in power, strategy, and regional equilibrium. So tell us, do you believe Iran will become more dangerous without Khamenei at the helm, or will this be the start of a new era of negotiation and caution? Comment below. Because nothing in the Middle East is simple. Not power, not strategy, not vengeance, and certainly not peace.